Morning. I'm painting a shell this morning. Well, I'm painting lots of shells this morning, but this is this one so far, which is going to be of St Mary's Island in Whitley Bay. So I've got the bases down. This is stormy St Mary's, so it's not a sunny day, even though it's a sunny. As you can see, it's really sunny here. Getting a bit blinded. Yoo-hoo! Hello, darling. With the studio being south-facing, it's like sometimes it gets stupid hot in here in the mornings. It's not too bad. The only thing about winter sun is that the sun's really low. So it's not too hot, but I do get blinded. Morning, Jules. Can you see me painting? This is the size of my brush. It's a Pro Art miniature, and this one is a, where are we? There we go. It's quite an old one. And this one's a 03. It's rather small. So I'm just putting, these are first coats, well, second coats, because obviously I do the sky and sea first. And these are second coats before I put the detail in. So it's basic placement of stuff like the lighthouse, which is all important. Now, the difficulty with painting it on shells is that it's not a flat surface. So your lines, if you paint them straight, they're not going to be straight on the shell. They're not going to look straight, the perspective, because of the depth of the shell. And because every shell's different, it's sort of, you've got to make it up as you go along. See you later, Trout. Have a good day. St Mary's is quite a beautiful lighthouse. It is white and comes on its own little island, and you can walk out there when the tide's down. Tide's low, and then if you're out there when the tide comes in, you get stuck and then the RNLI have to rescue you, which is a waste of services. So if you ever venture into an island, it's always a tidal island. It is always best to know your tide times and give yourself plenty of time. That's my coastal safety for today. So I have this so far, which is here's the lighthouse and then the big house. St Mary's Islands is fairly special. We have a colony of seals there, which are much loved by the locals. And it's great to go, and there's a hide there that you can go and sit in and watch them sunbathing, which they do a lot of. Morning, Claire. So basically the clouds, the skies, always paint the skies first. That's not focusing very well, is it? Always paint the clouds first, and then the sea, and then start putting the work forward with the detail. Started using these for my paint, which are the little teeny pots that you get with stuff if it's a painty thing, as paint your own whatever. I buy them in blanks, I buy them in empty and fill them with my own paints, just because it was getting to the point where I was wasting quite a bit of paint this way. I've only ever got a little bit out at the time. And if I do leave the lid off, I'm not killing a whole tube, which has happened before. Oops. Can you see okay? A lot of the paints same with my canvases as well, not so much with the feathers. I actually put on neat and mix in situ. I find this works well for me. But you've got to be quick with acrylic. Especially in these amounts, it doesn't take long to dry. I do hold my breath when I'm painting. This is hello everyone. Thought I was just waffling on to myself there. Holding my breath, yeah, just because it steadies my hand. So excuse my breathing or lack of. As most of you know, I'm a terrible brush licker. Please do this at home. It is bad for your health. Give us a shout if you're here. Can you see okay? Because I'm working on my forward camera, sometimes I forget everything's backwards. I've painted this shell so many times, I don't need to look at any reference anymore. That's one of my most popular sellers. I don't know why. It's got lots of movement in it. Say hi if you're watching. So here we are so far. Oh, dear me. Leave it, will it? Bring it back a bit. Trying to get it to focus. So next is on the house. The house is actually, the house has got massive chimneys, so I'll put those in next. Say hi if you're watching. If you've got any questions, ask away as well. There it goes. So we've got chimneys. Can you see? Don't know how bright it is today. Yeah, it's like, look at that sun. That you might see better. Excuse me. I'm just going to darken the sea a bit and put in the big wave, or the basis of the big wave anyway. So I'm using a bit of Prussian blue here. Which is a wonderful blue, but it doesn't half differ between, depending on what make. There's so many makes out there. This one is a System 3. It's been around, and it's not my favourite. I prefer a Winsor & Newton. Oh. Right, this is an emerald green. Which we work into the Prussian blue. It's really nice when it's an opaque one, so it gives a lovely sort of burst of wavy colour as well. Anyone listening to Radio 2 at the moment? Yoo-hoo! You all right, Heather? So this shell I started yesterday. And it's one of the few that I can get done quite quickly. Because there's a lot of colour work, like just working the colour together in it. and it's quite a it's not a huge. I mean, there's detail in it, but there's not a huge amount of colours or. Oh, that's a big wave. Shells started off actually by me first doing big waves in the shells. Which soon developed, as we live on the coast here, soon developed into doing little sea scenes. I don't necessarily promote these because they're so local, and I take them down market and sell them in the galleries, and they take quite a lot of time, and they're so popular. I don't usually promote them online, but on the Etsy shop there's a listing for personalised shells, or you can always ask me. Just go, what shells you got in at the moment, Tim? But they're all my stock shells are northeast coast. Can you see? It looks really weird backwards. Let me just move your little lovely faces out of the way there. Don't know whether that's blurry or not. Is that blurry? Someone shout up so I can change it if it is. And bring it closer. Oh, it looks so blurry there. Hi. What I'll do is when I finish this one, I'll stick a picture up of it so you can see how it looks finished. Because that looks a bit, colours are definitely off. Joys of phone. Bit more emerald. Oh, I love this colour. Don't actually use it for anything else. Oh, a bit on the octopuses, octopods. But nothing else. It's so you're right, Sue. It's so jade. It's more jade. I see that as a jade rather than an emerald. Ah, blurry's not good, Louise. Hiya, good morning, love. It tends to all go in for seas. I don't use it for my wildlife at all. Oh, maybe a teeny bit on the kingfishers, but not much. But it's a lovely colour. Yeah, so if you have a look on my Etsy, there's a listing for personalised shells if you feel the inkling or think. They make great presents. They make great presents for people abroad, expats, I think they call them, don't they? Obviously not in Australia or New Zealand. You've got no chance of getting them in there. Right, where are we up to? Oh, thanks, Sue. I'm going to put some goals on this one just for you. Little teeny windows. See, I don't look blurry, so why is the shell looking blurry? And we need to do the lighthouse windows. I've got another St Mary's to do, but a sunny one. These are my normal stock shells, but this time I'm going to the sunny one is actually going to be a sea view one, so taken from the seaside, taken from the sea rather than the coast. Right. Oh, the sun's so bright. See, okay? Forward and I'll take it off and try and get a proper shot of it. Right, so here's your goals. We'll start off with a basic kiddie goal shape. Because that's what shape goals are. And then they get the highlights. It's a massive goal. Did you know goals are protected? Even the herring gull, which is really, really weird because we have loads of them here. So if you feel that you've got a lack of herring gulls, please let us know and we'll see what we can do, because we could do with a few less, to be honest. They were crowing away nicely this morning at 5:30, sitting on the roof. Not that I mind. Right, here we go. Right, I'm going to take you off here and close my paints up. And see if we can get a decent photo or a decent film. Good morning. I've got paint on my lips there. Oh. This is my usual seat. What, they should be protected? Ooh. So that's one to debate, I think. So here we go. That's better, you see. I think it's just the front camera. As you can see, you watch me painting that backwards. I wasn't actually painting it backwards, but the picture was. So this is St Mary's. Luckily the sun's gone in a bit as well, so you can see proper. Let's turn this overhead on. There we go. 3 goals for you, Sue. Can you see them? So that's the first of many today. I've also got Tilemouth Long Sands, which is under, oh, look, we've gone blurred again. Tilemouth Long Sands, which has got its first coat, second coat and third coat, but because there's more detail in this one, it will need a couple more coats. And we've got Spanish City, which has just got its second coat on. There's loads to do on that one. And we've also got just a bit of sea. This is going to be the sunny St Mary's, taken from the sea. So there will be the same lighthouse on there, but looking bright and colourful. And the rest, look, this is how I start. So the skies get done first. These are particularly large mussel shells. Ooh, I'm trying not to break right now. That's going to be King Edward's Bay and Tynemouth, which looks quite basic at the moment, but when I get my little brushes out. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Have a watch through. I mean, hopefully they'll put this up, because I just realised I've got the radio on in the background and they're a bit on top of that. So have a great day.